When the Leaf debuted in 2010, it was the first and only electric family car of the modern era, but resembled a slug, was as slow as one and only went 73 miles per charge. Nissan eventually got that up to 107 miles, but that still paled in comparison with the sleek Teslas that later came onto the scene and could go 2 to 3 times farther before plugging in. But the Leaf was cheap, relatively speaking. You could get one for far less than $30,000 in the United States once all the government spiffs were added up, which made it less than half the cost of a Tesla Model S. It eventually found over 110,000 homes here, 11,000 of them just last year, despite the fact that the former car of the future had become one of the oldest cars on the road. It's not anymore. The 2018 Leaf is all new, and it's about time. The $36,995 Chevy Bolt has been playing in its sandbox for the past year, and one day soon you might be able to get a Tesla Model 3 for $35,000 before incentives. The Leaf starts at $30,875, which ends up being $20,875 in California and as little as $18,875 in Colorado, once you subtract all of the available tax credits. The redesigned, American-made Leaf looks more modern than the old one, and yet more conventional. The styling of many of Nissan's passenger cars are a little outlandish these days, and in that context it fits right in. Aside from the little nub of a gear selector knob it carries over from the last Leaf, there are also few hints in the cabin that you're at the helm of the most unique car in the company's lineup, and keeping it simple is certainly one way to keep costs down. Another is to not spend too much on the batteries. The headline about the new Leaf is that it goes much farther than the old one, but still not very far. The new EPA rating is 151 miles per charge, which experience has led Nissan to believe is plenty for the Leaf's core audience, while broadening its appeal without making it too expensive. Unlike other automakers, Nissan claims to make a profit on electric cars, so it deserves the benefit of the doubt on that point. It will test uncharted waters when it introduces a pricier version with a 200-plus mile range next year that will better compete with the 215-mile Model 3 and 238-mile Bolt. Today's Leaf needs about 7.5 hours to recharge its 40 kWh battery pack on a 240-volt charger, while one of the few and far between DC fast charging stations that it is compatible with can fill it to 80% in 40 minutes, but stops there to keep from frying it.
Continuing the flood of crossover debuts, the all-new 2019 Subaru Forester was revealed at the New York International Auto Show on Wednesday. Subaru claims that the new Forester has the most spacious cockpit ever, and comes standard with the most technology in its class. Now in its 5th generation, the Forester gets a subtle facelift to bring its design language on par with that of the rest of Subaru's model lineup. More pronounced wheel arches and shoulder lines give the SUV a taller look. Its new LED headlights and taillights are standard on all trims. The Forester's new range of exterior paint colors includes Crimson Red Pearl, Horizon Blue Pearl, and Jasper Green Metallic, complemented by black or silver accents. The all-new Forester Sport trim level comes equipped with unique exterior aesthetic touches and contrasting orange stitching in the cockpit. The 2019 Forester rides on the Subaru Global Platform, which ensures a stronger chassis, less road noise, and a much more comfortable ride. The SGP also contributes to the new Forester's larger stature and increased cabin room, as the crossover's wheelbase is increased slightly to 105.1 inches and has 76.1 cubic feet of cargo space, up 1.4 cubic feet from the previous model. Subaru says the trunk is now wide enough to fit a regular golf bag in completely sideways, but the real question is, how many vape pens can you fit in the back? Every 2019 Forester comes standard with EyeSight driver assist technology, Subaru's driver assist suite that incorporates lane keep assist, lane departure sway warning, lead vehicle start alert, pre-collision throttle management, and adaptive cruise control into one versatile safety package. The fully loaded Forester Touring trim also comes with Driver Focus, a new system that monitors and takes action to avoid driver distraction and fatigue. Gone is forced induction, as the new Forester features an upgraded 2.5-liter Boxer engine, pumping out 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque, 12 more horsepower and 2 pound-feet more torque than the previous year. This naturally aspirated four-cylinder is only available with a 7-speed Lean-Artronic CVT, which features a manual mode with paddle shifters on the Sport and Touring trims. To showcase its outdoorsy personality, the 2019 Forester comes with symmetrical all-wheel drive that transfers power to the wheels with the best grip, paired with active torque vectoring straight out of the WRX Sport sedan. Other notable standard features include Android Auto, Apple CarPlay integration, automatic climate control, auto start-stop, welcome lighting, and a power-locking fuel door. A power panoramic moonroof comes equipped on all trims except the base model.
Tesla Incorporated shares rose on Thursday ahead of the expected release next week of the company's quarterly auto production data, while a senior executive urged workers at the automaker to hit a weekly production target of 2,500 Model 3 sedans by the end of March. Quickly ramping up Model 3 production is crucial for the Silicon Valley electric vehicle maker. The company's profitability depends on delivering the new sedans to customers on a waiting list that Tesla has said now numbers about 500,000 advance reservation holders. Tesla shares recovered to $266.13, up 3%, Thursday after a sell-off prompted by a Moody's debt downgrade and news that safety regulators are investigating a Model X-involved fatality. In an email to employees viewed by Reuters, Tesla Senior Vice President of Engineering Doug Fields wrote that production of Tesla vehicles is well into the 200s on every single line. Field gave reasons why Tesla needs to get to 2,500 vehicles a week, including, there are an incredible number of people who short Tesla stock, which means they profit when we fail. And lately the story is the same, Tesla can't do high-volume production. I find that personally insulting, and you should too. Let's make them regret ever betting against us. The email continued, Tesla must quickly break through the 300 cars a day barrier, and keep going. Tesla did not immediately comment on the email, which was previously reported by Bloomberg News. Doubts that Tesla could meet its production targets and concerns about cash reserves were behind Moody's downgrade of Tesla last week. The ratings agency cited the likelihood of a new capital raise, which it estimated at over $2 billion, in part to cover approximately $1.2 billion in convertible bonds coming due by March 2019. The downgrade, together with a fatality involving a Model X that is currently being investigated by safety regulators, sent shares down 12% for the week, even after Thursday's rebound. That made it Tesla's worst week in 9 months. Tesla shares are still above the $255.73 level, the price when Tesla last announced a capital raise in March last year to raise $1.15 billion. Moody's and other analysts have predicted Tesla will soon have to sell more shares to replenish cash reserves and pay for expansion of Model 3 production and new vehicles such as the Tesla semi-electric commercial truck and a compact sport utility vehicle. As of December 31st, Tesla had $3.4 billion in cash and securities. Moody's estimated approximately $500 million in cash was needed for normal operations and forecast cash burn this year of about $2 billion. Beyond the $2 billion that Moody's predicted Tesla would seek in the near term, it said the company would likely need to raise additional capital during the second half of 2019. Chief Executive Elon Musk has promised to build 10,000 Model 3s per week by some point in 2018 after meeting a 5,000 per week target by the end of the second quarter. Tesla built only 2,425 Model 3s in its fourth quarter. Barclays analyst Brian Johnson warned in a note to investors on Thursday that Tesla could engage in a Model 3 burst rate of production that could send shares up, but would not be sustainable.